Right. How do I analyse that? How do I analyse that? I don't quite know. Not seen the goals, but I don't really think I need to. Standard procedure, isn't it? Nottingham Forest away from home. It's going to be a defeat or maybe a draw. And I try my absolute best to be as positive as possible on this channel and be as optimistic as I can. And a lot of that is driven this season by our home form, which is fantastic. But our away form is horrific. It's truly terrible. 6 points away from home all season. 3 goals. It's unacceptable, honestly. West Ham, on paper, are a great team. If we look at their side today, that's a great team. It shouldn't have been in the relegation zone. I love Declan Rice when he plays for England. He's brilliant. Danny Ings, proven Premier League player. Bowen, great. Paqueta's played at a very high level before. You know, they've got some great players there. But ultimately, they were in the relegation zone before play. And they just beat Forest 4-0. Like, come on. That's the second time this season, right, that we've lost 4-0 to a team in the relegation zone. Now, is that worse than Leicester? I think Leicester was slightly worse. But maybe this is worse because this wasn't expected. Leicester was probably expected because we were just even worse back then. But it's just unbelievably disappointing, demoralising, and concerning, worrying, you name it, that this has happened again. I don't know whether to laugh or cry at this stage. Like, I wasn't even shouting or anything like that when this was happening. I wasn't even really reacting. I was kind of grinning in a very painful way that we've been down this road too many times this season. But let's go back to the start, shall we? The lineup, I liked it. Okay, it's actually the exact lineup I picked in my preview, which is rare. But from what I can tell, I've watched a small segment of this game. I've listened to it. It appears incredibly familiar that we don't do a single thing away from home. Barely threaten the opposition. Are just unbelievably mediocre too far. I think it probably is. But it appears to me that when we took John Joe Shelvey off, the game totally changed. And Shelvey, I think, has been great so far for Forest. And it appears that happened again today. I've not even mentioned it yet. There's a way to lose games of football, right? You don't want to lose any game of football. But if you're going to lose football, you lose with dignity. You lose with dignity. You keep going till the last moment. If you concede, you get back into it. You reassess. You understand what you've done wrong. And Forest just don't do that. We just think, you know what? We conceded. We may as well just lose, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point in getting back into it? We ain't got the City Ground atmosphere to get us going. You know what, lads? Come on. Score a load. There's no one there, believe it or not. But this is probably the worst of the lot. City, away from home, conceded 3 in the first 15, was it, or something like that. Leicester, very similar. Fulham, very similar. How many more times has this happened this season? Certainly here, because let's have a look at the details. This is absolutely unacceptable. There is no other word. How the hell, and this is polite, how the hell do you concede 4 goals 4 times in 15 minutes? 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I need to stop repeating myself. What am I looking at there? Unacceptable. Honestly. Lost for words. I'm not going to be too hard on the team because we should just appreciate the fact we're in the Premier League based off all the years of crap we've had in the Championship. And the fact that we're brilliant at home. Even if we don't win, we battled hard, we get back into it. We've not lost in September at home. Fantastic. But away, unacceptable. Pathetic, honestly, is the word. And I don't understand. Okay, I've not seen this game, but I don't need to see it to analyse it, because it's copy and paste of so many of the matches this season. Taking Shelby off seemed to be the key to our downfall. And again, I don't know why we treated the game like we did. And this is the thing, it appeared like in the second half, we had a little spell where we started to look alright and actually create. And West Ham, you know, it seemed like a very negative place to be. If you look at this graph here, this is the trajectory of how the game went. You can see, like, it's all West Ham besides a few little spells. We had a couple of spells in the first half, but you can't be dominated like that against a team in the relegation zone. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got to say. Really, really repetitive, really. We've been here before, I keep saying. Very disappointing. Hope you've enjoyed this review at the very least. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe to Rads if you're new, and yeah, I'll see you very soon for another video. Everton next, we're at home, so we might actually win that. And yeah, I'll see a bit of fight for all we know. I don't know. Demoralising. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you very soon.